Life is filled with challenges, opportunities, and demands that compete for our attention and energy. One of the most important skills we can develop is the ability to prioritize our efforts effectively. By doing so, we not only maximize our productivity, but also create space for personal growth, well-being, and a sense of fulfillment. Prioritizing efforts is not merely about managing time, it is about understanding what truly matters, aligning our actions with our goals, and learning to make deliberate choices that reflect our values. To begin with, prioritizing efforts requires clarity. Clarity comes from understanding our long-term goals, short-term objectives, and the values that drive our decisions. Without this clarity, we risk being swept away by the urgent but unimportant tasks that can consume our days. Taking the time to reflect on what we genuinely want to achieve is the foundation for effective prioritization. This process often involves setting specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound SMART goals. By defining these goals, we create a roadmap that guides our efforts and helps us distinguish between what is essential and what is not. One of the most significant challenges in prioritizing efforts is dealing with distractions. In today's digital age, distractions are everywhere, from social media notifications to endless streams of emails. These distractions can easily derail our focus and lead us to spend time on tasks that do not contribute to our overall objectives. To counteract this, it is essential to cultivate the discipline to say no to distractions and stay committed to the tasks that align with our priorities. This often involves creating boundaries, such as setting specific times for checking emails or turning off notifications during focused work periods. By doing so, we protect our energy and ensure that it is directed toward meaningful activities. Another critical aspect of prioritizing efforts is understanding the difference between urgent and important tasks. Urgent tasks demand immediate attention, but they are not always aligned with our long-term goals. Important tasks, on the other hand, contribute significantly to our objectives but may not have pressing deadlines. The Eisenhower matrix, a time management tool, can be incredibly helpful in categorizing tasks into 4 quadrants: urgent and important, not urgent but important, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. By focusing on tasks that are important but not necessarily urgent, we can proactively work toward our goals without being overwhelmed by last-minute crises. This effective prioritization also involves recognizing and leveraging our strengths. Each of us has unique skills, talents, and resources that can be used to achieve our goals more efficiently. By identifying our strengths, we can focus our efforts on tasks that play to these abilities, thereby maximizing our impact. At the same time, it is important to acknowledge our limitations and delegate tasks that fall outside our areas of expertise. Delegation is not a sign of weakness, rather, it is a strategic decision that allows us to concentrate on what we do best while empowering others to contribute their skills. Time management plays a crucial role in prioritizing efforts. While we all have the same 24 hours in a day, how we use that time determines our success and satisfaction. Time blocking, for instance, is a technique that involves scheduling specific blocks of time for different activities. This method helps us allocate time to high-priority tasks and reduces the likelihood of procrastination. Additionally, taking regular breaks is essential to maintaining productivity and preventing burnout. Techniques like the Pomodoro technique, which alternates focused work sessions with short breaks, can help us stay energized and focused throughout the day. In addition to managing time, prioritizing efforts also involves managing energy. Our energy levels fluctuate throughout the day, and understanding our natural rhythms can help us optimize our performance. For example, if you are most alert and focused in the morning, it makes sense to schedule your most demanding tasks during that time. Conversely, less critical tasks can be reserved for periods when your energy is lower. By aligning our efforts with our energy levels, we can work more efficiently and effectively. One of the most important yet often overlooked aspects of prioritizing efforts is self-care. Taking care of our physical, emotional, and mental well-being is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Without adequate sleep, nutrition, exercise, and relaxation, our ability to focus and perform diminishes. Self-care is the foundation upon which all other efforts are built. By prioritizing our health and well-being, we ensure that we have the energy and resilience needed to tackle our goals. Another factor to consider when prioritizing efforts is the role of flexibility. Life is unpredictable and circumstances can change unexpectedly. While it is important to have a plan, it is equally important to remain adaptable and open to adjustments. Flexibility allows us to respond to new opportunities and challenges without losing sight of our overall objectives. This mindset also helps us recover more quickly from setbacks, as we are better equipped to reevaluate our priorities and realign our efforts as needed. In addition to flexibility, cultivating a growth mindset is essential for effective prioritization. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. This perspective encourages us to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to be avoided. When we approach our priorities with a growth mindset, we are more likely to take calculated risks, embrace feedback, and persevere in the face of difficulties. This resilience enables us to stay focused on our goals even when the path forward is uncertain. One practical strategy for prioritizing efforts is the 80/20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. This principle suggests that 80% of results come from 20% of our efforts. By identifying the tasks and activities that yield the greatest impact, we can concentrate our energy on what truly matters. For example, if a particular project or client generates the majority of your business's revenue, it makes sense to prioritize that area over less impactful endeavors. The 80/20 rule helps us make more informed decisions about where to invest our time and resources. Accountability is another powerful tool for prioritizing efforts. When we share our goals with others or involve them in our plans, we create a sense of responsibility that motivates us to stay on track. Accountability can take many forms, such as partnering with a mentor, joining a support group, or simply sharing progress updates with a friend or colleague. By involving others in our journey, we not only benefit from their encouragement and insights, but also reinforce our commitment to our priorities. Reflection and evaluation are essential components of the prioritization process. Taking the time to regularly review our progress allows us to assess whether our efforts are aligned with our goals and values. Reflection also provides an opportunity to celebrate successes, learn from setbacks, and make necessary adjustments. Questions such as what worked well, what could be improved, and what should I focus on next can guide this process and help us stay on course. While prioritizing efforts is a deeply personal process, it is also influenced by the environments in which we operate. Creating a supportive environment can significantly enhance our ability to focus on what matters most. This might involve organizing our physical workspace, minimizing distractions, or surrounding ourselves with people who inspire and uplift us. A positive environment not only boosts productivity, but also fosters a sense of purpose and motivation. It is important to recognize that prioritizing efforts is not a one-time task, but an ongoing practice. As we grow and evolve, our goals and priorities may shift. Staying attuned to these changes requires continuous self-awareness and adaptability. By regularly revisiting our goals and reflecting on our progress, we can ensure that our efforts remain aligned with our current aspirations and circumstances. Finally, prioritizing efforts is about more than achieving specific outcomes. It is about living a life that is intentional and fulfilling. When we focus on what truly matters, we create space for meaningful connections, personal growth, and a sense of purpose. This, in turn, enriches our lives and the lives of those around us. By prioritizing our efforts wisely, we not only achieve more, but also experience greater joy, satisfaction, and balance in our lives. Shifting your perspective is one of the most transformative practices you can adopt in life. It's a way of seeing the world, your circumstances, and even yourself in a different light, which can unlock new opportunities, reduce stress, and foster personal growth. Our perspective shapes our reality. It influences how we interpret events, how we respond to challenges, and how we make decisions. When we shift our perspective, we open ourselves up to possibilities that were previously hidden, and we gain the ability to navigate life with greater resilience and clarity. One of the most immediate benefits of shifting your perspective is that it allows you to reframe challenges as opportunities. Life is full of setbacks, disappointments, and obstacles, but how we perceive these experiences determines their impact on us. For example, a failure can be seen as a personal defeat or as a valuable lesson. By choosing the latter perspective, you empower yourself to learn and grow rather than becoming trapped in feelings of inadequacy or regret. This mindset shift can turn even the most difficult situations into stepping stones towards success. Another critical aspect of shifting your perspective is the ability to see situations from someone else's point of view. Empathy is a cornerstone of meaningful relationships, and it begins with understanding that others may have experiences, beliefs, and emotions that differ from your own. When you step into someone else's shoes, you gain insights that can deepen your connections and resolve conflicts more effectively. This practice not only enhances your interpersonal relationships, but also broadens your worldview, making you a more compassionate and understanding individual. Perspective shifts are also crucial when it comes to dealing with stress and anxiety. Often our worries stem from the way we interpret events rather than the events themselves. For instance, if you perceive a high-pressure situation as a threat, your body and mind will react with stress. However, if you view the same situation as a challenge or an opportunity to showcase your abilities, you're more likely to approach it with confidence and composure. By changing the lens through which you view stressful situations, you can significantly reduce their impact on your mental and emotional well-being. Gratitude is a powerful tool for shifting your perspective. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, your entire outlook on life changes. Gratitude helps you recognize the positives in your life, even amidst difficulties. This shift doesn't mean ignoring problems, rather, it's about acknowledging that there is always something to be thankful for. Whether it's the support of loved ones, a personal achievement, or simply the beauty of nature, focusing on gratitude can transform your mindset and bring greater joy and contentment into your life. Another important aspect of shifting your perspective is letting go of rigid expectations. Often we become frustrated or disappointed when reality doesn't align with our preconceived notions of how things should be. By releasing these expectations, you allow yourself to embrace what is rather than what you wish it to be. This acceptance doesn't mean settling for less or giving up on your goals. It means adapting to circumstances and finding value in the present moment. Flexibility and perspective can lead to greater resilience and a deeper sense of peace. Self-awareness plays a significant role in shifting your perspective. Many of our thoughts and reactions are influenced by subconscious beliefs and assumptions that we may not even realize we hold. By reflecting on these beliefs and questioning their validity, you can uncover patterns that no longer serve you and replace them with healthier, more empowering perspectives. For example, if you believe that success is only achieved through perfection, you might constantly feel inadequate. Shifting this belief to recognize that progress, effort, and learning are equally valuable can free you from unnecessary pressure and self-criticism. Perspective shifts often involve challenging your comfort zone. When you step outside of familiar territory, you're exposed to new ideas, cultures, and ways of thinking. These experiences can be transformative as they force you to reevaluate your assumptions and broaden your understanding of the world. Traveling to a different country, engaging in conversations with people who hold different views, or trying a new hobby are all ways to expand your perspective. Each new experience adds depth to your understanding and helps you see the world in a richer, more nuanced way. It's also important to recognize that perspective shifts don't always happen instantly. Sometimes they require time, reflection, and intentional effort. Journaling, meditation, and engaging in meaningful conversations can all help facilitate this process. By taking the time to explore your thoughts and feelings, you create space for new insights to emerge. Over time, these insights can lead to profound changes in how you view yourself, others, and the world around you. One area where perspective shifts can be particularly powerful is in overcoming limiting beliefs. These are the internal narratives that tell us what we can and cannot do. For example, you might believe that you're not creative, not good at math, or not capable of achieving a certain goal. These beliefs often stem from past experiences or external influences, but they are not absolute truths. By challenging these beliefs and adopting a growth mindset, you can begin to see yourself as capable and adaptable. This shift in perspective can unlock potential you didn't realize you had and open doors to new opportunities. Perspective shifts can also enhance your ability to adapt to change. Change is an inevitable part of life, but it can be difficult to navigate if you're resisting to it. By viewing change as a natural and necessary process, you can approach it with curiosity rather than fear. This doesn't mean that change will always be easy, but it does mean that you can find meaning and growth in the process. Whether it's a career transition, a move to a new city, or a shift in a personal relationship, adopting a flexible perspective can help you embrace change with grace and resilience. Another way to shift your perspective is to focus on the bigger picture. When we're caught up in the details of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Taking a step back and considering your long-term goals, values, and purpose can provide clarity and help you prioritize what's important. This broader perspective can also put temporary setbacks into context, reminding you that they are just one part of a larger journey. By keeping the bigger picture in mind, you can navigate challenges with a sense of purpose and direction. Perspective shifts can also be incredibly helpful in cultivating a sense of humility. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that our way of thinking or doing things is the right way. However, the world is vast and complex, and there are countless ways to approach any given situation. Recognizing this can help you appreciate the diversity of human experience and remain open to learning from others. Humility allows you to let go of the need to be right and instead focus on understanding and growth. In addition to humility, shifting your perspective can foster a sense of hope. When faced with adversity, it's natural to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. However, by focusing on what's possible rather than what's wrong, you can cultivate a sense of optimism and resilience. Hope doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means believing that positive change is possible and taking steps toward it. This shift in perspective can provide the motivation and courage needed to persevere through difficult times. Forgiveness is another area where perspective shifts can have a profound impact. Holding on to anger or resentment can weigh heavily on your mind and heart. By choosing to see a situation from the other person's perspective, you may gain a deeper understanding of their actions and motivations. This doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior, but it does mean recognizing that we are all human and capable of making mistakes. Forgiveness is ultimately a gift to yourself, as it allows you to release negative emotions and move forward with a lighter heart. Perspective shifts can also enhance your creativity and problem-solving abilities. When you approach a challenge from a single perspective, your options may feel limited. However, by exploring different viewpoints and considering alternative approaches, you can uncover solutions that you might not have otherwise thought of. This creative flexibility is especially valuable in professional settings where innovation and adaptability are often key to success. Whether you're brainstorming ideas, tackling a complex project, or navigating a difficult conversation, a fresh perspective can make all the difference. Mindfulness is a practice that can support perspective shifts by helping you stay present and aware. When you're caught up in worries about the past or future, it's easy to lose sight of the present moment. Mindfulness encourages you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, creating space for new perspectives to emerge. By cultivating mindfulness, you can develop a greater sense of clarity and objectivity, which can help you approach situations with a more balanced and open mindset. Perspective shifts are not about denying reality or forcing yourself to feel a certain way. Instead, they are about exploring new ways of thinking and being that can enhance your life. They require curiosity, openness, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. While the process can be uncomfortable at times, the rewards are well worth the effort. By shifting your perspective, you can transform your experiences, deepen your relationships, and create a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Ultimately, shifting your perspective is a journey of self-discovery and growth. It's about recognizing that you have the power to choose how you see the world and that this choice can profoundly impact your life. Whether you're facing a personal challenge, seeking to improve a relationship, or simply looking for a fresh outlook, the ability to shift your perspective is an invaluable skill.
Countless factors, many of which are beyond our control.
You can cultivate a mindset that empowers you to navigate life's complexities with grace, resilience, and a sense of purpose.
Trends, economic shifts, and even random chance all play a role in shaping the world around us. Faced with such uncertainty and unpredictability, it is easy to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or even paralyzed. Yet, one of the most powerful strategies for maintaining balance, building resilience, and achieving fulfillment is to focus on what lies within your control. Focusing on what you can control begins with a mindset shift. It means consciously choosing to direct your energy and attention toward those aspects of your life where your actions can make a meaningful difference. This principle is not about ignoring the world around you or pretending that external circumstances don't exist. Rather, it is about recognizing that while you cannot dictate the outcomes of every situation, you can influence how you respond to them. This shift in focus empowers you to take ownership of your thoughts, emotions, and actions, creating a sense of agency even in the face of adversity. One of the first steps in practicing this mindset is to identify the boundaries of your control. This requires self-awareness and a realistic assessment of your influence. For instance, you cannot control how others perceive you or behave, but you can control how you present yourself and how you respond to their actions. Similarly, you may not be able to change the trajectory of global events, but you can control how you engage with those events, whether through advocacy, education, or simply maintaining your own well-being. Taking control of your inner world is often the most transformative aspect of this approach. Your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes play a significant role in shaping your experience of life. When you focus on what you can control, you start to notice the power you have over your mindset. For example, you can choose to practice gratitude, even in difficult circumstances. You can reframe challenges as opportunities for growth or remind yourself of your strengths and past successes when faced with uncertainty. By cultivating a positive and resilient mindset, you not only improve your emotional well-being but also increase your capacity to navigate challenges effectively. Another area where focusing on what you can control has profound implications is in managing your time and energy. These are among your most valuable resources, and how you allocate them directly impacts the quality of your life. When you prioritize activities that align with your values and goals, you create a sense of purpose and fulfillment. This might mean setting boundaries to protect your time, learning to say no to commitments that don't serve you, or creating routines that support your physical and mental health. By directing your energy toward what truly matters, you reduce feelings of helplessness and gain a sense of accomplishment. Focusing on what you can control also helps to reduce stress and anxiety. Much of the stress we experience stems from worrying about things we cannot influence, what others think of us, what might happen in the future, or how past decisions might have played out differently. These worries consume mental and emotional energy without providing any tangible benefits. Shifting your focus to what you can control, such as preparing for potential challenges, seeking solutions to problems, or practicing self-care, can help you regain a sense of stability and calm. This approach is particularly relevant in the context of relationships. Interpersonal dynamics are often fraught with misunderstandings, differing perspectives, and unmet expectations. While you cannot control how others feel or act, you can control how you communicate, the boundaries you set, and the way you choose to interpret and respond to their behavior. By taking responsibility for your part in the relationship, you can foster healthier and more authentic connections, even if the other person does not always reciprocate in the way you hope. In professional settings, focusing on what you can control can lead to greater effectiveness and satisfaction. Workplace challenges often arise from factors outside your direct influence, such as organizational decisions, market conditions, or team dynamics. Instead of dwelling on these uncontrollable elements, you can choose to concentrate on your own performance, skill development, and attitude. By delivering your best work, seeking constructive feedback, and maintaining a growth mindset, you increase your chances of success while preserving your mental and emotional well-being. Adopting this mindset is not without its challenges. It requires discipline and a conscious effort to let go of the need to control everything. This is especially difficult in situations where the stakes feel high or where uncertainty triggers fear. However, the act of letting go can be liberating. It allows you to redirect your focus from what you cannot change to what you can influence, which often leads to more productive and meaningful outcomes. Focusing on what you can control also aligns closely with the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment and accepting it as it is, without judgment. When you focus on what you can control, you are engaging in a form of mindfulness, choosing to concentrate on the here and now rather than becoming entangled in regrets about the past or worries about the future. This presence of mind enables you to respond to challenges with clarity and intentionality, rather than reacting impulsively or out of fear. Moreover, this mindset can inspire others around you. When you model a focus on what you can control, you demonstrate resilience, adaptability, and a sense of calm. These qualities are often contagious, encouraging others to adopt a similar approach. In team settings, this can lead to more constructive problem solving, stronger collaboration, and a shared sense of purpose. By taking responsibility for your actions and attitude, you set a powerful example for those around you. In the broader context of personal growth, focusing on what you can control fosters a sense of empowerment and self-efficacy. Each time you take intentional action within your sphere of influence, you reinforce the belief that you have the ability to shape your own life. This belief becomes a foundation for setting and achieving goals, overcoming obstacles, and building the life you want. Over time, this approach can lead to a greater sense of confidence and a deeper appreciation for your own capabilities. Importantly, focusing on what you can control does not mean ignoring external realities or abdicating responsibility for broader societal or global issues. It is about recognizing that meaningful change often begins with individual actions. By taking ownership of your own behavior, you contribute to a larger ripple effect. For example, while you may not single-handedly solve climate change, you can make choices that align with environmental sustainability, such as reducing waste, conserving energy, or advocating for policy changes. These actions, while small on their own, collectively contribute to a larger impact. This principle also applies to personal setbacks and failures. When things don't go as planned, it is natural to feel disappointment or frustration. However, focusing on what you can control allows you to shift your perspective. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong or blaming external circumstances, you can ask yourself what you can learn from the experience and what steps you can take to move forward. This approach transforms setbacks into opportunities for growth and builds resilience over time. Ultimately, focusing on what you can control is a practice that requires ongoing effort and self-reflection. It is not something you master overnight, but rather a habit you cultivate over time. By consistently directing your attention and energy toward what lies within your influence, you create a foundation for a more balanced, purposeful, and fulfilling life. This practice empowers you to navigate uncertainty with grace, face challenges with courage, and build a life that reflects your values and aspirations. The beauty of this mindset is its simplicity and universality. No matter where you are in life or what challenges you face, you can always return to the question, what can I control? By focusing on the answer to that question, you gain clarity, strength, and the ability to take meaningful action. This focus becomes a guiding principle, helping you navigate life's complexities with wisdom and resilience. It reminds you that while you may not control everything, you always have the power to shape your own journey